Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. And in today's video, this video will be one of those videos where I have no structure, no plan what to say, and I'm going to be speaking completely out of my personal experiences. And this video will be about why you should take action before you feel ready. And regarding that, I also have had a personal experience in the recent times, and that gave me that reminder that I also need to make a video on this topic as well. So one of the problems that beginners have is that analysis paralysis, which is basically when people think of starting something meaningful, starting something that is tough, uh, what they do is that they just go into that analysis mode. They just think about how to do that, gather information, read books, watch videos, but they never actually get to that action. They never start. A lot of people never really start. They research, they try to understand how to do things, they talk to mentors, but they never start. So the problem here is that they get stuck in a loop. They just get stuck in a loop, and that loop just continues. They learn a new information and they think they've done taken a step, but they never get into the real battlefield, the real action. So the experiences of my recent times was that from my college days, I was literally fascinated about debate. I really like people and admire people that constantly debate because the way they articulate their thoughts is very attractive. It's very, very vigilant to me. The way they do that, it's obvious that they have been trained like that when they constantly take participation in different competition of debate. They've been trained in such a way that they can do that thing. They don't even take time in their head. They've structured how to put out the point they want to say. They have an assertion, they give an analogy, reasoning, then they give an example. They have a brilliant layer and structure of saying things, and that's why debate really fascinates me. So I've always wanted to debate but never had enough courage. I always watched debates videos. I've always tried to kind of learn things but never got into real debate. Only in the recent times when I came back to my campus after taking a break, there was a competition that I participated in, which is one day debate competition, especially hosted by my university's debating club. And when I got into the competition, and this time I was pretty sure that I am somehow gonna compete. And what happens is the first there were three rounds that I was able to take participate in. So the first round was really pretty bad. Like, my logics were good, but I ran out of time and I couldn't complete the 5 minutes of speech time that I was giving. I just ran out of content in the fourth, or like in the fourth minute, kind of like that. So I was very embarrassed. But that was the beginning. And after that, the two debates after that, I was pretty brilliant. Like, in the first debate, my logics were pretty good, but I couldn't properly elaborate them and properly what do you say, like, describe them. But the logic and the reasoning was brilliant. But in the afterwards, the two later debates were brilliant. Like, I was really satisfied. I think the self-satisfaction was like really good. Although we lost the debate, which is totally off topic, but I literally had started finally, and I really feel confident. And finally, I feel like I'm ready to go on more debates and try to grow on this field, which obviously will be my goal. So what I learned from this story is that you will never feel ready. So you always have to start. Once you start, then you get learned. Ideas never come out fully formed. There's a saying. Once you put that idea into work, then it takes hit and it takes feedback, and then it gets better over time. So obviously, I had that passion, but now I've got the confidence, some kind of confidence as well. Now I'm going to take participate in more and more debates and try to learn as much as possible, because the most important thing for me to learn from debates is not to win competition. Is basically learn how to talk, how to articulate your thoughts. So that was my personal experience. So what I would say, that you never feel ready. You'll never feel ready. You have to take the first steps. the first step is the most important. You have to take the first step, and after that, on the way, on the journey, you will figure out how to do things. The first step might be pretty embarrassing, but it is a very good quality. To be able to embarrass yourself in front of others, this quality is very important, let me tell you. Because beginner, if you are scared of embarrassment, I think you just get ripped out of a lot of opportunities that could have accelerated your growth. You could have done better, and I don't know, that you could have unlocked a potential. But just because you were scared of embarrassment, you're scared of embarrassment, you just ran away from that. And another trick that I reminded is that whenever you are nervous in a situation where, especially in a public speaking situation where you have to give a public speaking, or you are debating, you have to understand that people are not thinking about you. The nervousness often comes from, if people or from these questions, whether people are judging me or something like that. Trust me, people are worried about themselves. They themselves are nervous. Nobody have time to think about you. You have to understand that everyone is self-occupied. They're in their head thinking about how they are not, if they are being judged or not. So if the fear of you being judged, I think it's not true. So you should try to take actions as much as possible and not get stuck into analysis paralysis. So my advice is that, I think, the line that I want to quote at the end, it was by Chris Williamson, is that uh, action is the antidote to anxiety.